What's up, gang? Kids, I don't even know what I call you. This is episode 2 of the Alex Wright Show. This has been long anticipated and it's finally here. And we have Addison.
Of Alex and Friends.
Isn't that what I said?
You said the
Alex Wright Show.
Whatever. Alex Wright Show, Alex and Friends edition.
Alex and Friends. Yeah.
And today we have my friend Addison.
Hi.
And yeah, she's cooler than Olivia.
Heck yeah. And Eli.
No.
Oh shoot.
Combined.
Who was here like 3 weeks ago? Me. Who was Alex Wright with Friends? One. Me.
Live in the present. Who's here right now?
Exactly.
Me.
You gotta have something to back up those claims, Addison.
Bro, you want to... I just realized you can probably just take the mic and put it on if you want, honestly. We have Eli as our cameraman today.
That's right. Best cameraman in the game.
It's right on the
Future
front.
Put it on, Eli.
Somewhere. Oh. Okay.
You can put it wherever you want. So anyway, I guess we can at least conclude that Olivia's the biggest loser. So I asked Eli, and it took us like 3 days to get it put together. I think it took... We would have done it Monday. It was like 3 days for you, and we would have done it Monday, because that was my fault, and I'll talk about that, I guess, in a second. But it's been 3 weeks, Olivia, so...
TikTok.
All right.
Right.
So, Addison goes to the same school as me. I'm not going to disclose what school that is, because I don't need people trying to find me, or her. Or Eli, I guess.
It's a great school.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
We love it.
And we're both juniors. Alright. So, first, I want to talk about cross country, because I know that's something you do, and you just finished. How was the season?
Okay, so with cross country, like, I'm a track athlete, so it was a big change, and it was really difficult. Like, I knew it would be hard, but I wasn't expecting, like, the switch between sprints and distance to be that difficult.
And so, in general, cross country is longer distance?
Yeah, cross country is longer distance, whereas track is like, you don't even have to run in track. You can jump or throw. I was a runner, but, like,
Thrower gang.
Thrower gang.
So what's the distance in cross country? Are there multiple?
So it depends on your level. So since I was new, it started out really small. So like 2.5 was like what we started at. And then by the end we were running like 4 was like the longest distance we ran. But then the varsity girls would run like 6 miles. So it just depends on who you are.
Okay. Do you know what your mile time on average was? Were you speedy, I guess is my question.
Okay, so like my mile time, we did a time trial, was at the end of the season 7 minutes and 25 seconds, I think.
Are you planning on doing cross country next year?
I am, because I like that I think it really helps with like mental athleticness. That's not a word. It's like being a mental athlete is really important.
Helps you get your head in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like I can do hard things, basically.
Does it prep you for track at all, or?
So, it's definitely like, I feel like I was in the best shape like of my life, but then if I were to take that and then go into track season, it wouldn't work out very well for me. So like me and Oa, at one point during the season, we went to the track to do sprints, and it just didn't go very well. we were kind of dying, and it was still like way slower than it should have been. Mm-hmm. So, but it's definitely helpful for what I said, like getting my mind ready.
So I heard that you may or may not have beaten Olivia.
Heck yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
Yes, I will gladly tell you about that. So me and Oa are very competitive. We're very competitive with each other. So like, we would be like in a meet, and well, I beat her at the first one, like very slim. It was very close. And then, but I thought it was just kind of like a one-time thing. I was like, oh, it was my first meet. We did good. And then, but I was like so determined. I was like, I have to beat Oa. And so the very last meet, I think I was ahead of her for most of it. And then she kind of caught up. And within the last, we were like neck and neck. And it was like the last part of the track, like the last part of the course was on a track. And so she caught up, and then I was like, heck nah, and like sped past her. So we were literally 1 second apart on that last meet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you do to prep for a cross-country meet?
Cross-country meet? So the night before a cross-country meet, I like stretch and roll out and like drink a ton of water. And then like, I guess just like the entire week, you kind of have to just like eat healthy and drink lots of water. Because if you just do that the night before, then it won't go very well.
How many miles would you run a week to prepare yourself?
A week? So on Mondays, practice, we would run 4 miles was my group. And then on Tuesday, like the next day, we would probably run 3. And then we would have a track workout and do just kind of like sprint work, but still like cross-country stuff. And then we would go back to long distance after that. So I don't really have like, it just kind of depends on the week.
Yeah, would you guys just run up at the school and stuff?
Yeah, just like right after school. Oh, I guess we didn't have school.
I mean...
School. Sure. Whatever I did during that time. We would, just right around the school. And they have different routes. They want you to stay on specific routes so that if something were to happen, they can always find you if they needed to.
Yeah, just in case.
They're like, did they die?
Yeah. All right, so we know about cross-country. What are some other things you like to do?
Okay, I guess I already talked about track, but track is like my favorite thing. Some things I like to do, like hobby, like... I
guess, just what are like the things you do for fun? Or maybe not, but like the things you do.
Watch trash American television like Riverdale and Outer Banks.
Like the basic white girl stuff. Yeah, he's kind of right.
There is no flavor. Like,
no flavor. There's plenty of flavor. There's so much drama in those shows.
Mayonnaise.
What? Okay, like during the school year, I don't really have time to watch TV. So I guess I would say, honestly, one of my favorite things to do is just like be in the car driving. Like if I play music and like roll down the windows and just drive around. Yeah. I tend to stall. Like if I'm on my way home from work and I know I have homework to do, I just usually drive around. It's kind of bad.
No, I get that.
Do it. She'll be like, why are you wasting the gas? Just kidding. I pay for it, so.
I do the same things if I don't drive around and just listen to the music in my chair. So do you do any winter sports, or you do cross country and then track? You did basketball though. What is that a winter sport?
Yeah, it's just like right after cross country, and then track is like after that season. So last year I did do basketball. That was like a fun...
Are you doing it again?
No. Everyone's asking me that and I'm like, no. I did really enjoy basketball. Like, it was honestly so much fun, and like I loved my team and we all got really close, and I loved my coach. That was honestly one of the main reasons I did it. And just to like stay in shape, which basketball as opposed to cross country, basketball actually was really great for track. Like, I think that was, if I had had a track season last year, I didn't because Corona would have gone so good, but...
At least it makes sense because you're sprinting up and down the court, right?
Yeah, it's like, even just at practice, like running the ladders all the time, and like you're jumping to get rebounds and everything, so it was just really good.
So what events will you do in the spring for track?
So they started working on hurdles with me last year. I've never done it before, but just like right before track got shut down, we started doing some hurdle work, and that was actually going really well. But then my favorite event is the 4x4, so I'll definitely do that.
And explain that a little bit.
Okay, so 4x4 is you have the baton and you have the 4 members of your team, and you just run around the track once and pass it to your teammate. You go as fast as you can.
I guess this kind of goes back a little bit of cross country, and then we'll go back to track. But do the girls and guys run separate, or everyone just runs the course at once, and how does that work? So
for cross country, there's different times for different teams, so like JV, varsity, C team, and for boys and girls. There are some exceptions, like there's rare meets where they'll have like boys and girls run together, but that's rare.
Right.
They don't want to embarrass the girls. Men are superior.
I don't know. Our fastest girl runner is like, she runs with the dudes, so. I was gonna say her name, and then I was like, probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I should have asked if you wanted your name on here before we started.
No, it's okay.
That's one girl who runs.
I literally could not care less. I feel like
Well, I won't bring up the statistic. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
do it.
It's like 98% of men are stronger than 98% of women. It's like 1% of men are stronger than 98% of 1% of women are stronger than 98% of men. So there are exceptions. I won't go into it too much. Women or men are biologically different. Anyway, so, and it's the same with track, right, for the sprints and stuff?
So,
like the genders are separated.
Oh, okay. Actually, track is it is split up for the most part. At the beginning of the season, so like the very first meet, they have like some co-ed stuff just to kind of like get times and like see where everyone's at. But once again, that's kind of rare. And if they do it, it's only once per season.
All right. When does track conditioning start?
That will start like probably halfway through basketball season.
Okay. I didn't remember that. I'll probably actually write that down. So I'm going to run this year.
Oh, yeah. You're running this year?
If
what do you want to
if
run?
you're watching this, I don't know. I was kind of looking at some of the things, and I'll probably do more distance because I'm not very quick.
But you
I'm
can
not very
run
fast,
distance.
But I can do an okay.
Yeah, you freaking ran 5 miles.
It wasn't fast though. I mean,
That's okay.
All right. So, what's it like having like being a triplet, like having
Being a
two
triplet.
siblings at the same age?
I would say it's fun. Honestly, one of the most fun parts is just like people's reaction to it. Like even some of my friends, like I'll know them for a while and like we'll be pretty close, but they won't know I'm a triplet. So like I guess my coworkers, for example, because they don't really see me at home, but like we see each other all the time, like at work. They'll like find out I'm a triplet and be like so shook for like the longest time. They'll be like, what? But yeah. And then it's really fun to like see them at school.
Yeah.
It's like, that's my sibling, and like, or like have classes together. Because I think like since we are the same age, that happens quite a bit. Whereas like if we were, I don't know, if I was a freshman and Eli was a senior, we probably wouldn't have the same classes.
Yeah.
I'd hope not. We might actually.
Although I guess you and Olivia are both in A-Push.
Yeah. We used to be in choir together, and then she quit.
She quit choir? All right. We can talk about choir in a second, though. I'll add that.
I might say something I don't want to say if we talk about choir.
It's all right.
Just kidding.
I'll edit it out.
Okay. Okay.
I was talking about siblings. Okay. So who's the favorite?
Like of the parents, or like who's my favorite?
We can do both.
Okay. Okay.
Unless you want to get
I
yourself
feel
in
like-
trouble.
Like my favorite sibling, like I wouldn't say I have a favorite. Like me and Oa are really close in some ways, and me and Eli, we just have a good time. We're buddies. Honestly, this is just a fun fact, interesting fact. Like yesterday I was at the store, right, getting new shoes. I definitely value Eli's opinion more than Olivia's. He has better style, like, to be honest. Oh my gosh, hey. Like, I FaceTimed Eli and was like, what do you think about these? And he told me the right thing, and I got them anyway, and I should have listened, but... And then Oa, yeah, she gets annoyed at me, or just like we share a room and we see each other all the time, and our personalities are so different. Like she's very clean and I'm very not clean, and she's really like focused and like smart and like school, and I'm not like that.
Yeah,
So
I can't imagine sharing a room with Olivia. It'd be like even worse than you two.
Do you guys compete like over grades, or you just?
oh my gosh,
You
no,
can't
not
compete
grades.
with
Sports is very
Sports is different.
competitive, yeah. But grades, I couldn't care less, to be honest. I just accept it. I'm like, yeah, who cares?
All right. So
She's-
who's the parents' favorite?
That's kind of hard. I don't think it's Olivia. I'll say that right now. I think she's sassy without meaning to be. I would say I know what Eli thinks.
I know what Eli thinks too. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna say.
I think Eli's probably right in a way. Like, my dad kind of, like, babies me, but I don't think that necessarily means I'm the favorite. I think he just, like...
He takes it easy on you.
Yeah.
Do you fight the most with Eli?
No, she fights most
I fight more with Oa.
Just because they share a room.
It's because we share a room, we're always together. We play the same sports. We do everything is the same. So
but like just like around the house, we fight more. I mean, I like with.
I don't know. I think Oa takes the.
She takes the cake for them.
Yeah, Oa takes the cake.
So let's talk about choir.
Ooh.
Do you like choir?
No.
But you do it.
What'd you say?
But you do it.
Well, the thing about choir is it's like a chill class. It's like a nice break from academics. But especially now that it's like COVID, since we can't sing, I guess singing is like one of the most dangerous things you can do.
Yeah.
Like for COVID, because it, I guess you spit a lot. It's like instead of just like in class singing, getting like participation points, it's like do this random assignment, and it's like a lot of them. So I think choir is actually my worst grade right now. I will bring it up, so no worries, but that's just where we're at.
So you like the teacher? What is it? Are there different teachers? Is just what's her face Banyan?
It's just Miss Banyan.
Is she a nice person?
Yeah, she's like a very genuine person. I like her a lot.
Okay. Like the teacher, but not the assignment so much.
Yeah, not the assignments, and honestly, like reading music isn't really my thing. Like I like to sing, but I like to sing like in my car. I like to sing whatever I want. I don't want to have to like memorize a part or like do solfege.
Are you auditioning for state this year?
No. So she asked me if I wanted to, and I said no, just because I know it's like easier now than it ever has been in the past, just because of Corona, and it's not in person. It's like an online audition, and we don't have to sight read, so that's really nice. But I decided not to, just because time, and like I don't really care, if we're being honest. Like I just don't care. I'm like, what are the benefits? But yeah.
So are you planning on taking choir again?
I don't know. I feel like choir used to be a thing where like all of our friends were just in there and we would just talk, but now like people are slowly like not being in the class, like some of my really close friends. So like right now it's just kind of like me and like two other people that I know really well, whereas it used to be just we were all just kind of a squad. But
so you had half your classes today, you'll have half of them tomorrow. Are there people in your classes that you like?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my classes. And like I think I've also like gotten to know some more people. Not necessarily like through the class, but like outside of the class, just like they would ask me, like even just like some of the football boys, I manage football, right? So like they would come up to me and be like, oh, did you do this assignment? And I'd be like, yes or no or whatever. Most of the time the answer was no. And then we would just like get to talking like not about school, and so now we're like friends or whatever.
I forgot you managed football. Did you do that and cross country at the same time? Yeah,
I did. So that was actually kind of a crazy time when cross country was still going, just because it was cross country, work, and managing. So I didn't get to do all of them, obviously. I mean, I did all of them, but
not like as well as you would have liked. Okay. And so what do you guys do when you football manage? Like what kind of is?
This is a very frequently asked question. I think a lot of people think we just like get water for the team, which is part of it. But I think a lot of it is also like filming is really important, like filming the games. They also have some managers film practice. They have a drone that they fly. And then like games, there's like 3 cameras set up just for them to like watch it and like critique themselves so that they can like get better, which is really important.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Are there different like managers for every team, or is like the managers for JV and varsity and freshmen?
So freshmen have different managers, and then JV and varsity, since they practice together, the managers for them are just the same.
The same people. And so the football season is still going on, right?
Yeah, it is.
So you're still managing?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you work at Lifetime, right? Do you like Lifetime?
Kelly, if you're yes, I really like my coworkers. Like, there's like two people in particular that I'm like really close with now, that we like hang out outside of Lifetime. And everyone is kind of just like this sounds cringy, but like it's a big family. Like I kind of hate saying that, but like we're all just like close. I don't think there's like very many coworkers that I would say like I don't want to work with them. And it's pretty easy, right? You're lifeguarding, and since it's Lifetime, it's kind of like bougie and like it's mostly adults who like know how to swim, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about drowning little kids.
Yeah, as opposed to like the Shawnee pool, which was where I worked at the previous year, and it was just stuff happening all the time.
You use the same lifeguard license.
Yeah, so I didn't have to get recertified or anything, which was also nice.
Was it a pay raise? Or?
No. It was actually less. Like, I get paid less at...
Lifetime.
Wow, I just put that together. I get paid less. That
Are you
sucks.
planning on working the job through till next summer?
So my certification, I started last summer, the summer before last summer, so my certification will be up pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So I'm still kind of trying to decide if I want to continue lifeguarding at Lifetime or find another job. It might be nice to get paid a little more, but at the same time, it's really nice to have the Lifetime membership. That's kind of like the main reason I wanted to work at Lifetime. Yeah, exactly.
Which I guess makes sense. Mm-hmm. All right, okay. I'm back. Okay, so here, just read those real quick, because I kind of have something that I want to say about it.
These are should I read them out loud?
So, you can if you want.
Yeah, read them out loud on here.
Fever, temperature of 100 or above. Cough, shortness of breath, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, headache, chills, fatigue, runny nose, congestion, muscle/body aches, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. I had like half of these.
No, that's where I'm going with this. So I'm like, well, you answered, so you think you probably like half of those. So, and Eli, I'm assuming he's probably
not half, but like...
And like, school district, if you're watching this, screw yourself, we deny it. But okay, we're sitting in my first hour and we get these, and I read this, and I have like half of them, and I'm fine. Like, I've had half of them forever. So I have half of these things, so technically I'm not supposed to go to school, but it's like, you could take like the most prevalent 100 diseases, and this like list would cover all of them. And so I'm like, it just frustrates me. Because like, I was feeling sick because I missed out on breakfast because I procrastinated school. Like, I wasn't in the mindset of like, I have to go to school at 7:40.
Oh, me neither.
And so then like, it rolled around, like seminary ended, it was like whatever time, I'm like, I do not have time to eat and then also go to school. And I mean, if you're an athlete, chances are you probably have muscle aches.
Oh yeah.
And fatigue.
After weights, bro.
Yeah, I have to answer those questions before I go into work at Lakeview, and they take my temperature, and I'm always too cold. So that's like a thing too, because it's like cold outside. It just so I literally, the walk from the car to the doors, like I cool down so much that I'll have to like wait inside the building to like rub my face up and down, build up like the friction to warm my freaking cheeks up so they can take my temperature and I can go in.
Your temperature.
Supposedly, because they do the same thing at Culver's where they temp me and then ask questions, and like I'm always under temp, like even when it was like warm, I was under temp. So I don't know what that means. It's like by a degree. Just means I'm more crazy than you probably thought.
Dang.
Do they tempt you guys at a Lifetime, or
no?
They just kind of go in.
Yeah. Well, they do actually. I mean, sorry, I don't know why I said no. Yeah, they do. You walk in, they scan your membership, and then they take your temperature.
So it's a COVID-free zone.
COVID-free zone. And I freaking clean the entire place every single day.
I have to like answer like all of those questions too.
Yeah.
And I wish they would just ask, have any of your symptoms changed since yesterday? Because I was there yesterday. Have you had muscle aches? No. Have you had this? Have you had this? I'm like, oh my gosh, no.
We did do the same thing for cross country. It was like every day before practice you had to fill out a form. And if you didn't, sometimes he would be like, if you don't fill this out by this time, then you can't. Time to practice, yeah.
And they did that for SAT too when I took it.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say on this camera, Addison asked what Canada has to do with the Constitution. She thought it was part of the United States. So.
Hey, you're making
Just
it
putting
sound.
that out
You're
there.
making it sound dumber than it was. Dumb. It was a stupid thing that I said.
So we have to run to an activity, which sucks. We should have planned more time, I guess. But
last one wasn't late.
50 minutes though. I mean, special thanks to Eli for being the cameraman.
Yes,
and,
I worked so hard.
Yeah, and thanks to Addison for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
We'll also do it again because we didn't get. We had a lot of stuff we could have gone to.
Sounds good.
Anyway, peace out.